Well, I'm so excited to introduce my new friend, Jason Shore from Seneca Valley School District. And Jason, you're the art teacher there.
One of them, yes.
One of them?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right.
So what grades do you teach?
I teach at the intermediate high school, and
Okay.
I teach grades 9 through 12 because we do switch kids back and forth between the buildings now, kind of like a mini college campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing that Jason does. Jason, you are also the co-owner with your wife, Lauren, of Curio.
Yeah.
Which is offers so much art classes, features local artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
And where's your studio located?
It is right on Main Street in Zelienople, and it is directly next to the Strand. You can't miss it.
Okay. And when did you guys decide to open that up?
7 years ago. So it'll be 8 years ago this May, actually.
Okay.
So 7 years ago, we decided to open a small space on East Newcastle Street.
Okay.
And we were there for 2 years. And then we got this fantastic opportunity with all the revitalization going on to move onto Main Street. And
right.
We jumped at that. So.
And you've been growing ever since.
Yes, absolutely.
So give us an idea of what are the different kind of activities and events that your studio offers?
So one of the big things is we open an open studio time, which is any time that we're open, you can stop in and you can glaze ceramics, you can do paintings on canvases, kind of work with the materials in the studio.
Okay.
On top of that, we have classes, and we really focused on art education-based classes. In fact, almost all of the people that work with us and that teach classes are all PA certified art teachers.
Okay.
So we really try to infuse the art education into what we're doing. So it's not just craft work, it's more art education based.
Right,
So.
and it sounds like you're bringing in other teachers besides yourself and your wife.
Yes, yeah, we've gotten to the part where we can't do it anymore
I was gonna
ourselves,
say,
right?
you're
Especially
busy.
since I'm a full-time teacher. And Lauren worked at the Butler School District and had left teaching there to focus on building this business. So.
Right. And what ages, how early on? I mean, my kids loved art when they were little.
Well, we kept getting asked for classes for younger and younger kids. So we have our tiny artists as young as 2. You can take a class. Now, those classes, we want the moms to be there. There's the dad or somebody, grandma, someone, whoever brought them, to be with them while they're doing the artwork, which is a great thing anyhow.
Right.
And so as young as 2, we can do that.
And I saw that you offer summer camps, and you said they typically sell out.
Yes, our summer camps have always sold out, which is a blessing.
Right.
And we've offered our camps, they sell out, and we even add on camps, and they've sold out in the past as well. So.
And registration for the summer camps start in February.
Yeah.
So this is something that if you're interested in for your child, you're going to want to watch out. Where's the best way to learn about all of this?
Right on our website at curiocool.com.
Yes. And people can sign up to receive like a weekly update?
Yes, we have a weekly newsletter that goes out. We don't inundate you with too much in your mailbox.
Sure.
But we send out kind of what's going on, what's happening, our schedule, upcoming classes, and events and activities. Yeah.
So, something that I learned about Jason in Seneca Valley School District, and I love these opportunities for students, is to connect them into the communities that they live. So you, Seneca Valley School District, and your students have partnered with Cranberry Township, and tell us what's happening.
So we're working with the traffic control boxes that you might see in Cranberry.
Okay.
There's 5 that are already vinyl wrapped with artwork on them. But there's 3 that are just the stainless steel, kind of just how they come. And so what we're doing is we're working with Armstrong, Cranberry Township, and Sign Pro.
Okay.
And we're submitting some artwork that students in the area are doing, and they're going to put those onto vinyl wraps and wrap the control boxes. And it's just a way that you get some art into the community, you get to see some things that maybe you wouldn't normally see, and it's subtle, but yet then, it's interesting when you get to see the artwork on instead of just kind of an eyesore of a stainless steel box.
Exactly. Right. And I'm thinking how proud the students would be to have their art displayed in the community.
Absolutely.
Not only for now, but like for years to come.
Yeah, and it's the thing that a lot of other cities have done or other areas have done. And now that there's a need, and we have these traffic control boxes coming up with new construction in different places, it works out perfectly. And I love to get stuff out into the community, and that's what I've done for 31 years as an art educator in Butler County. And we get the kids to submit their work and get it out there whenever we can as well. So.
Oh, well, I love art too. And Jason, is there any place, maybe even in Zelienople, that I could see your art?
Yeah.
Besides the studio.
So we talk about community stuff. Yes, I actually did a mural that is right on the side of Della Terra. right in Zelienople, a
Okay.
14-foot Sophia Loren eating pasta with tattoos with graffiti kind of painting behind her. It's a very interesting mural that I was commissioned by Adela Terra to do. So, and
how long
was
did
neat.
that take?
Oh, it took months because it also happened over COVID, and it was hard to get into the studio to do it where this mural was being stored. But it just looks fantastic in Zealand, and it just does my heart so proud when I see a big piece of my art in the community.
We need to definitely check that out, right? Well, Jason, thank you so much. You were touching so many lives by the great work that you're doing, and we definitely wish you a happy holiday.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Alrighty. Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time. Hi, I'm really excited to welcome back Candace Cantz.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. I'm doing great. And I'm super excited to have you back because you've been busy.
Yes.
Let's tell everybody, you are the founder, you are the president of the Andrew Effect.
Correct.
And if I remember correctly, that started in 2021.
Yes.
Inspired by Andrew. We're going to talk about him shortly. But tell us the mission of the organization.
The mission of the Andrew Effect is to give children in need opportunities to explore the world around them through additional toys, books, games that allow them to learn outside the classroom, and also bringing opportunities inside the classroom as well.
And when you're talking about toys, I mean, I know what you provide those kids. And
Yes.
we're talking high quality,
Yes.
never used, brand new, educational based
Yes.
toys.
Think about like learning resources toys, Melissa and Doug, Legos, Discovery Toys. Those are who we partner with, and Scholastic as well. Those are the just a few of the companies that we partner with to receive or to purchase materials for our program, and at a greatly reduced price.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So now tell us about Andrew, because he inspired you to do this.
Yes. So Andrew was my cousin, and he grew up in a financially in need and also addicted household.
Okay.
And unfortunately, at the age of 19, he lost his life as a result of the environment that he lived in. And, when you take a step back and look, he really didn't have anything that engaged him outside of school. And a lot of families that struggle, they don't have the money to pay for a soccer program or an art class.
Right.
So we're trying to give them the tools to take home to them and keep in their home to keep them occupied, busy, and learning and growing.
Yeah, which is awesome. Well, since 2021, I mean, you have touched thousands
Yes.
of children and families here in Butler County.
Yes.
You have any idea of how many?
I think we're approaching 4,000.
Okay.
That we have gifted 4,000 children. Now, some of those kids would receive more than once, but
Sure.
On average, we before winter break, before spring break, we are gifting between 500 and 600 kids in Butler County. And then our Reading Matters program, which is a bag of books right before summer break for them to take home, that has grown. Last year we were at a couple hundred, and we hope to continue to grow that. And our Valentine's Day kits, which actually provide kids with everything they need to do, or everything they need to participate with their peers
For Valentine's
Day.
Did I read like a shoebox and art supplies and even the cards that the kids pass out? Right?
Yeah.
So many things that we take for granted, kids don't have.
Right.
And they want to be included.
Absolutely. And that actually came as a request from the school districts.
Okay.
Some of the guidance counselors told us that that's one of the most requested items throughout the year. And I had to sit back and think, I don't think that I've ever spent less than $20 every time per child. And, that $20 is half a tank of gas. It's a dinner or two. And, if you are purchasing your shoes at Walmart or hand-me-down shoes, they don't come with a shoebox. We think simple shoebox, right? It's hard for families that are struggling. So we basically provide a bag that has everything they need to do to be a part of their peers in class.
All right. So I have a question. Mm-hmm. Candace, how do you get referrals to the kids in need?
Sure. We partner with organizations and school districts that already have a relationship with the child or the family.
Okay.
For example, I'll use a school district as an example. We provide input forms at the beginning of the school year, and they identify which of our programs that child should participate in or, would like to participate in. And then we collect information like, what are their areas of interest? Is it science? Is it math? Or do they need a little bit of help in math? And we can provide them tools that they can use. Even down to the books, we ask for genres. Are there specific series or titles that these kids are interested in? And some of these, it's the teachers filling it out.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the parents. But we get a lot of really great information so that we can customize that gift for that child to help them grow.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I know you're just growing every time
Mhm.
you can sign up for her newsletters to learn more
Yes.
about the Andrew effect and how you can get involved and help and support.
Yes.
Before you leave, though, something new is the dramatic play series or
Yes.
opportunity. Tell us about that.
So, in a nutshell, so we are launching in the Seneca Valley Elementary Schools dramatic play centers into their extended day kindergarten program.
Okay.
And that is for kids in financial need, IEPs, etc. We are building 14 wooden structures, and think of a blank slate. And every month there's a different theme that the teachers will flip out. So like one month is a car clinic, and we have toys that like the hood lifts open and they actually can pretend to, or they can fix the engine.
Okay.
We have a bank, we have a restaurant, a dentist office. So every month,
The dramatic play centers focus on like community, bringing it into the classroom.
Correct.
Practical.
They get to pretend to be at a dentist's office. We also provide books that go along. Your first visit to the dentist. I'm a dentist. What do I do? So it prepares them for real life experiences. It also exposes them at a very elementary age of different careers.
Yeah, opportunities.
Yeah, along with the books, we have worksheets that go along with the curriculum and even vocabulary words that the kids will use that month.
So our audience and I
Yes.
want to know how you do all this.
I do not do this alone. I have a great board of directors and a lot of volunteers. And the great problem we have is we probably have more volunteers than we have work right now. So we're going to continue to focus on growth and
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
you can absolutely donate to keep the Andrew Effect continuing to reach many children here in Butler County. Thank you so much,
Thank
Candace,
you.
for being with us. I want you to come back and give us an update soon.
I will. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time. Hi, what a pleasure it is to welcome back my friend and colleague, Ken Clowes. Ken is the Community Initiative Center Assistant. Did I get that right,
You
Ken?
got that right. Yeah.
For BC3. And Ken and I, of course, both work at BC3. So we're really excited to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
And Ken, you do so much for the community. You're really dedicated to helping others. And I'm so thankful to work with you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And Ken oversees the BC3 Hope is Dope program. And I know you've been on the program before and have talked about it, but let's reintroduce it to our audience.
Sure. So for anyone who hasn't heard of it, the Hope is Dope program is something the college offers to the community that is based around understanding substance use, misuse, and recovery.
Okay.
And so we all know that, substance use, abuse, and alcoholism affects our brain chemistry. If you remember those commercials from the 90s when they would say, here's your brain on drugs, and they crack the egg on a frying pan. But nobody ever tells us how misuse of substances alters our brain chemistry. And more importantly, how does understanding how those chemicals alter our brain, what's that tell us about recovery?
Right.
And so Hope is Dope answers all those questions.
Okay.
And it gives practical advice and tools for people to find recovery, rebalance their brain chemistry, and just live a healthier life.
Right. And who facilitates these trainings and these programs that you offer? I know you help.
Yeah. So that would be Steve Troy. He's a licensed professional counselor down in Cranberry.
Okay.
And he wrote the book Hope is Dope years ago based on his counseling, thousands of clients over the years in finding what worked. So he wrote the book, and the college had found his book and wanted to turn it into the program. And I help him facilitate those classes just based on my personal experience. Steve was actually my counselor many, many years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know, when I think about the program and I think about this training, this Hope is Dope program or training that is offered, and you mentioned individuals in the recovery community, but it extends to families that support individuals in recovery.
Yeah.
It also extends to people that provide services. So could you tell us a little bit more about who could attend this?
Yeah. So we offer the program in multiple ways. And so we can do contracted training for organizations or employers who want this for certain groups. But we also get grant funding, so we can offer this free to the community. And what that usually looks like is we have at least 2, maybe 3 community series, Hope is Dope classes, which anybody's welcome to attend. Family members, people in recovery, concerned, friends. We have a professional series we run a couple times a year. So people that work in the field, whether they're social workers, first responders, nurses, teachers, anyone who works in or around substance use and recovery can get continuing education credits.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. And then so also we are in the prison. We take this class into the prison for the inmates that struggle with substance use disorder as part of the reentry program.
Okay.
And then most recently, we were able to offer this program for free to veterans, thanks to the Butler VA healthcare system and Veterans Overwatch Foundation, which has just been great.
Yeah, so just always thinking about how we could get more and more people to have this information. And it is so valuable for everyone. I highly recommend that you think about participating in a future training for yourself or someone you know. And how can people learn more about when's the next training?
They can go to our website, which is bc3.edu/hope.
Okay.
And on there, you can find my contact information, my email. We usually have a ton of information of upcoming events and stuff on that webpage.
Yeah, and if I can recommend Ken, he's an amazing speaker. So if you would even like to schedule Ken to kind of come in and talk about this, to give people a little bit of taste and see, and then they could go from there.
Yeah.
All right. Besides the Hope is Dope training programs, Ken's also offers various events throughout the course of the year. You have one fun one coming up, and that is Hope for the Holidays.
Yeah.
When's the date of that?
That is Thursday, December 19th. And that'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Butler Arts Center.
All right.
And that should be a fun night. So for anyone who hasn't heard of Hope Nights, those are events that are complementary to the Hope is Dope program in that we show support. The college shows support for the recovery community. And these events are open to the entire public. They're free, fun things that we do multiple times a year just to get people together and support people in recovery.
Okay, so Hope is
Hope.
dope. Hope for the holidays,
Mhm.
right, at the Art Center.
Yeah.
And that is open to families, right?
Yeah, that's open
All
to
ages.
all ages. Yep. We have people in recovery. We have people supportive of recovery, families, children. It's a free event. We're going to have an ugly sweater contest,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite things to do. We actually have 3 categories. So it's best Christmas sweater, worst or ugliest, and then most creative. And the reason we added most creative is because the last couple years, some people have been decorating their own T-shirts or sweatshirts at home with just arts and crafts, and they've done a really good job. So
Right. Well, they're growing too, these events, right? I know a very meaningful event that happens every fall is the Stories of Hope.
Mhm.
Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites. So every September is National Recovery Month, and the college likes to show support for our local recovery community by offering local speakers, people in recovery, a platform to share their story, their experiences, overcoming addiction, and things they've learned with the community, and maybe most importantly, other people in recovery.
Okay. And this last one you had what, over 100 people come?
Over 100 people. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Growing.
Three local recovery speakers, somebody from the Pittsburgh area. It was just a really great event.
Well, Ken, thank you so much for all the great work that you're doing. You make us very proud.
Well, I appreciate that, Tricia. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.